Hey YouTubers and YouTubies, it's Michelle. I wanted to let you share in something with me that I am so glad I get to do. Guess what that is? Scrambled eggs. Today I graduate from full liquids to pureed foods, and these are real soft, very soft. I wanted to Pureed foods are the introduction of more dense food into your stomach that really require no amount of chewing. I don't have to chew this. And suck it till it's virtually eliminated. But I thought I'd share it with you. I have a stash of baby food in my cabinet. It's not enough to last me for 2 weeks. It's really maybe 3 days worth. And I have to be on a pureed diet for 2 weeks. Again, this cup is roughly about the size of what my stomach will hold. This was made with eggs, large. I like to maximize the amount I can get. The equivalent of about enough milk that would match the amount of eggs once I put them in a container. Some spices. I have Mrs. Dash Fiesta spice in here, so the eggs kind of have a little different flavor because of that spice. I whisked it with a fork, put it in a pan, scrambled it up until it was pseudo soft, hard, whatever, and they are delish. Let me tell you, they are a wonderful, wonderful substitute for yogurt and protein. Very good. I've waited a long time for this. Pretty sure that container will fill my stomach. If it doesn't, I have some protein shake that I can drink as well. Last night I made a protein shake and I only drank half of it. So, that'll be, if this doesn't fill me, which I'm pretty sure it will, because that container, you know, that container might be about a cup. I think it's about a cup and a fourth or a cup and a half, really. I don't think it's 1 cup, but it could be. I don't know. I haven't measured it yet, but that's really all my stomach will hold right now. I just wanted to share in that victory. Woohoo! I'm on pureed foods. I cannot believe it. I only got 2 weeks of that. And then I get to go on to foods that actually have a little bit more denser things in them, like maybe little bitty chopped up vegetables, little bitty meats, like I could have marinara sauce with meat in it at that point, because you're actually going to start chewing your food at the soft food stage. So you're out of the pureed in 2 weeks, into the soft food. You do that for 2 weeks, and then at 8 weeks you get to be on real food, and I cannot wait, because my big thing I'm going to do is go get a hamburger and not eat the bun. I'm just going to eat the burger because I really, really, really want a burger. Eggs are great, but they're not a burger. I might just, you know, have my husband whip up some ground turkey with some Mexican seasoning in it and be able to eat that, because I am so hungry for some meat. Just wanted to let you know that I'm now on to the pureed food stage. I am absolutely thrilled. I cannot believe it. I made it beyond 2 weeks with that dumb full liquid diet I can't stand. I still have plenty of yogurt, a lot of protein left that I can, of course, now go back and forth between these pureed foods and the yogurts, which will I'm just happy I got pureed, because now I can add something else to my palate on my tongue. And truthfully, when you're doing a full liquid diet, or even just a plain liquid diet, and then I'm sure within 2 weeks I'm going to be sick of pureed, except for the fact that I actually can go back to the other foods, the clear liquids, the full liquids, and the pureed. So that adds more substance to my diet than just one or the other. Just a little bit here. I can have tuna fish at this point. I can have salmon at this point. I can have eggs at this point. I can have any amount of pureed baby foods. Make it in your blender. You just take it any kind of food that you have that will not be chunky in your mouth. You can blend in your blender on pureed. I don't care what anybody says about pureeing a spaghetti. You can puree spaghetti. Don't put a whole lot of noodles in it. Mail's in. Don't put a lot of noodles in it. Just make it a little bit of noodles and a whole lot of meat and sauce. Puree that up and you've got spaghetti. It's going to taste. You chew it up and it gets all mushy in your belly anyway. So, I don't see, if you want a steak, puree the steak. It's going to taste just like steak. I just wanted to share that with you. I really don't have any other updates. I haven't weighed myself. I don't know if I've lost any weight or not. I'm not bound by my scale. I don't really determine my worth by that, or freak out if I've gained 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, even if I gained it back and I was at 186.1. I would not be stressing on it because it's going to happen. Not maybe up to 286.1, but you know what I'm saying. That everybody gains weight, and you just got to relax. If you gain 3 pounds or 5 pounds or whatever, you're going to hit a plateau. You're going to hit a plateau. In the plateau, you might rise. It's part of life. It's what happens. People who exercise every day don't stay the same weight. They don't stay the same weight. It's impossible because our bodies are made up of, you got to think if you're retaining water, you got to think if you've had a high, have you gone to the bathroom yet? And I'm talking about 1 and 2, not just 1. You've got to think, are you wearing clothes? Do you got shoes on when you're on your scale? You got to think about all that stuff. Have you exercised recently so your muscles now weigh more than your fat does? They're a lot denser, so while you're dropping, your muscles are increasing if you're exercising. Therefore, your muscles will weigh more, and it'll look like you're gaining weight when you're not. When you're not. So, just some words of encouragement so that you don't go out there and think that you have to, you know, if you gain a pound, you gain a pound. What you don't want to be doing is gaining 10 pounds in a week. That's what you don't want to be doing. But if you fluctuate 5 pounds in a week up and down, and you can't seem to manage to get out of the 5-pound area or even the 10-pound area, some people get to the point where they just can't drop that last 10 or 20 pounds, your body, if you've been losing weight, now has excess skin on it too. And a lot of that could be that excess skin. And you can't get rid of it because it's too elastic from being overweight. So it's sort of sitting there adding to your weight. So if you can't drop any weight, think about that. Because once the excess skin is off, if you go have plastic surgery or reconstructive surgery to remove it, you've lost however much that skin weighed. I know this panniculus, this flap, this apron of skin I have in the front of my belly, has got to be at least 10 or 15 pounds. So if I get down to 170, I can pretty much guess if I got rid of the flap, I'd be at 160. Now, if I'm at 170, I'm fine. If I'm at 180, I'm fine. I'm going to be happy at 180. Doctor might not be. I don't know. Because I hadn't met goal. Not to him, anyway. But I know. I've done all the research, and I know that you've got all these variables that make the difference between where you are and where you want to be. So don't be stressing out on the fact that you've gained a pound and lost 3 pounds. Now you're up a pound or up even 5 pounds. You're allowed to have that 5-pound variance. So I wouldn't stress on that at all. Again, thanks for listening, for subscribing. I got a couple new ones. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being attentive and all the comments. I love them. Keep them coming. I'm still looking for a name for my cooking channel where I can show you how I made my eggs, and I can show you how I made my tomato soup, and I can show you some other recipes that are going to come from a whole bunch of other different places. Some of them will be out of books. Some of them will be online. Some of them will just be other people's recipes that I've maybe changed up a little bit, like where they use ground beef, I'd use ground turkey because it's healthier. And of course you have liberties to use whatever meat that you want, as long as it works for the recipe. Like, I'll use ground whatever, mostly. So if you've got venison, deer, elk, anything like that that's ground and you love it, I'm sure you could use it too. Snake. Could use that too. I hear it tastes like chicken. I don't know. I know frog legs do. frog legs taste just like chicken. That's true. Anyway, thanks for listening, for subscribing, for being able to share with me in this victorious moment of being able to have pureed foods, even though this is not pureed. It's soft eggs. I really like them. Have a really good day. Bye.